everyone. My name is Katie, and welcome to the GreenlandQuilter channel. I hope everybody's been having a great week. It seems like this week's gone by a little bit too fast for my taste, especially considering I have been on the ground running since we took off over the weekend. It's really crazy what's been going on. Oh my God, I just barely can keep my head above the water right this minute. Okay. So let's talk a little bit and then I'll tell you what I plan on doing. But I have Sissy here, Myra. So Myra, you want to say hi to everybody?
Hi, everyone. It's absolutely beautiful here in Florida. I'm in North Florida this week, Panama City, and it's actually a little cool in the mornings and pleasant in the evenings. Of course, it's hotter than I don't know what to say, hot, hot, hot in the middle of the day, but fall it is among us.
Yep. We have a nor'easter going on right now of all things. I mean, it's been going on since yesterday, right, babe? Oh, he can't hear me. Anyway, it's been going on since the wee hours of the morning. So it's dropped the temperature outside quite a bit. In considering we've been having 70 degrees and 74 degrees, and then we had one day where it was 81 degrees. So and my brain is like, no, not yet.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so crazy that I'm not ready. I really didn't want it to cool off just yet. But it is September, and here we are, at the beginning of September, and my brain's still sitting in August, which is hilarious. But it was, so we went, let me say hi to the channel first. Hey, for those who have just dropped in, hey, Robin Marie, hello, Pat Boo, welcome, welcome, hey, Nanita, and hey, Teresa Louise, welcome, welcome. So we went off for the weekend. We left Friday afternoon, and we came back Sunday afternoon, and first day we got to our destination, you couldn't even see the mountains. You couldn't see anything actually because it was so very foggy. And then later in the afternoon, the fog lifted, and so we could see everything. And Torben had already set fish nets to catch salmon. And the first night we caught, I don't know, 8 or 9, I think, and a couple of trout with it. And then the next day we caught quite a bit more, and it ended up that we had, I don't remember how many salmon we caught, but it was quite a few salmon, and we also had at least 7 or 8 trout intermixed with all that salmon. But we went hiking, and I got lots of pictures and made some videos. We went to the waterfall, which was the first place I beelined it for, which is quite a challenge to get there. And I actually didn't fall down, thank God. And then, so last time we were there, we hiked on the left side of the river. So we crossed the river and hiked up the right side and went up the mountain quite high enough that when the videos and the pictures I took, you could see a lot of the taller mountains in the background. And oh my God, it's so beautiful. But I always think that every time I go there. And so we did that, and we stumbled onto something that we would have been able to see from the other side had we seen it, but it was covered up by foliage and stuff, so we didn't see it. And so there's a weird thing happening in that area where there's spots that were really lush the last time we were there, has turned to everything in a cute, like a circle spot. It's like a perfect circle, and now all the trees and things that were growing there was dead, and all you saw was a sand pit. It's the weirdest thing I ever seen. But what we saw was, because of so much stuff had died back, we found remnants of a civilization. One of the areas was rocks piled up in a rectangle, and it was 14 meters long by, I think, 6 meters wide. So more than likely,
Meters. Come on, come on. I'm
no,
American.
you're going to have, if you want to know, divide it. I can't do it in feet because we did it by meters. but for every meter, a meter stick is about 39 inches, something like that. So you do the math. You
Okay.
um uh anyway, and it looks like it could have been a lodge house, or maybe it was a barn of some type. I don't know. And but in front of it was a newer area where it looked like someone had taken concrete mixed with rocks to build a footer for a small building, and in the middle it looked like it had a hearth. And that's the first time that we had seen that. And so when I showed it to my boss, she's like, "You found that where you were at?" And I'm like, "Yep." She was shocked too because she didn't really know anything about it. So I'm thinking either it was maybe previous the part where there was the rocks built up like a lodge house could have been from Norse people, or both of the lodgings could have been from Inuits, one of the two. But I won't know until I start finding someone who knows the history of that particular area of Greenland. Because it's you got where we were at, we were probably, oh, I don't know, maybe 50 minutes away from the hot springs, which is called Unadoc. And we passed by that on the way where we were going. And so it's possible that there was people living there, and whoever put it there had a great idea of where they put it, because you had mountains on three sides, you had a river running in front of it, and then the fjord was running parallel and to one side of it. So you had this great view on top of it, but it was like butted up against the back of the mountain. So I took some pictures and made a video, and I'll be editing the video as well as adding the pictures and everything into it. I haven't decided if I want to I may split the video into two parts and make them a certain length so that they're not too long. I prefer watching long videos, but I'm just weird that way. I would rather watch, 30-minute videos than I had sit and watch a 5 minute and have to go chase part 2, part 3, part 4 down to watch them all. So we saw that. We got some great waterfalls. We did quite a bit of hiking, and I'm sore from all of that. And then Monday, we were tour guiding in the rain, and both of us, he was doing coffee mix and I was doing Great Greenland. And then Tuesday, we were back at it again, doing the same thing. And we started out the day with clear skies and a little bit of sun. And then by the afternoon, it was raining again. And we're working Friday again. So we've been kind of slammed and packed out and busy, busy, busy. Hi, Jean. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Pam. It's good to see y'all. Hello, Colleen. Okay, so here's my plan. I'm so let me show you first my old ironing board.
Hang on, Teresa said UFO landings.
Nah.
That's funny.
I'm pretty sure that it has something to do with drought and lack of rain and where it's located. It's weird that it's in perfect little circles, but we saw some of that. We saw some of that on the other side of the river. The last time we were here, we found spots like that. What it is there's a lot of there's three types of Arctic willows that grow in Greenland. You have the really low ground cover kind, and then you have the shrub kind, and then you have the tree kind. The shrub kind tends to grow in like stands. And sometimes these stands are circular in nature because it has them in the middle. And then on the outer perimeter might be sphagnum moss on one side, blueberry bushes on another side, crowberries growing on the outer perimeter. And it's strange the way everything connects to each other. And so it looks like that it just got dry and they just died. The Arctic willows did, and it left what was on the outer perimeter there intact. Because there was lots of areas where it was just Arctic willows. There was an area where it was blueberries and crowberries growing in the same area together. And one of the funniest things was we saw this really bright green color. We couldn't tell if it was a tree or what it was. And I'm looking at it and I'm telling Nicola, I'm like, that looks an awful lot like and Angelica. And we both are saying, well, that's strange because you usually don't see Angelica out in the middle of nowhere. It's usually wherever human beings are at. And so he decided, he said, you keep on going back toward where we're going because we're just going to go back down so that we can get Torben to pick us up. And so I was still hoofing it one direction and he was going the other way. And when he got up there and he hollered at me, he says, it's Angelica. So I was right. But the trunk of the Angelica was the size of his forearm. And it was
Wow.
the only one there in the middle of nowhere, all by itself. It was crazy. So for those of you who don't know what an Angelica is, all you have to do is go to my community tab because I posted a picture of what the leaves look like, and then there's a second picture to show you what the flower looks like on it. And when I looked it up, believe it or not, they can get up to 7 feet tall, which shocks me. And Colleen says a meter is 39.37 inches. A couple quick conversions are 10 centimeters equals 4 inches and 60 centimeters equals 2 feet. Thank you for that.
Thank you for that. Real quick question. What kind of salmon did y'all catch?
Northern Atlantic salmon.
Okay.
It's the only kind we have here. And then we have trout, but I'm not sure what species of trout it is. But you can tell the difference between the trout and the salmon.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
The salmon was a little bit smaller than we're used to seeing. And in fact, Torben made a comment that a lot of them were smaller than usual, not as big. But I mean, they were still good size. That wasn't the problem, but he was a little concerned about that. So maybe we went fishing too early because sometimes when we've gone salmon fishing, we wait till like the end of September or the first part of October and then go out. So that might have been something to do with it because it was the last day of August. Wait, we went out on wasn't the August the 28th on Friday? Something like that. Hang on, let me look. Because when we went out, it was still August.
Would have been like the 29th, I think.
Yeah, I'm about to look at my calendar. So we were still out earlier than we would have normally been anyway. So that might have been what it was. And they made, because it wasn't usually when they start coming in, it's the conditions are a little bit windier, which seems to drive the fish toward the field, toward the area where they, from what Torben said, they go up the river after there's a lot of rain. They'll go up the river and they stay in the lake during the winter months. They don't die like salmon does that migrates back into the United States areas. You know, when they go up to spawn and then they die, they don't do that here. They go into the lake and they stay there the whole winter. And then as soon as the ice is thawed out on the lakes, they go back into the ocean again.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Robin wants to know if you picked any berries.
No, but Ellie did. She went and picked crowberries. Nikolai was eating the crowberries as we were out, but I don't really like the crowberries all that much. I do like the blueberries, but I noticed the blueberries, I didn't find it. We didn't find any blueberries. So it's possible that someone already harvested them before we got there. So I didn't eat any berries. All right. So this is and it's in bad shape. This is my portable ironing board that I keep on top of something over here. And we went and bought a new piece of plywood yesterday because I want it to be bigger. And so I'll show you the size we're going to move up to. We're going to move it up to this size. And I'm going to cover it during the live. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 towels, batting, and then I also have some Insulbright here. Wait a minute. So I'm just using regular towels. That's going to be part of it. This is going to be the top of the ironing part, which is just cotton. And then I'm using cotton batting here. Just plain cotton batting. Just leftover pieces I have. And then this is Insulbright. And what I'm going to do is I'll put a towel, first I'll staple a towel to the plywood. Then I'm going to take this batting here and put it on next. Put another towel on the top of that. Then cover it with the Insulbright. And then I'll put the cotton on top of it. And that'll be my new
Insulbright.
board. Yeah, it's a heat resistant batting.
Okay.
That it distributes heat. You can use it in hot pads, hot plates, things like that. But I'm going to use it on my ironing station.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And I'm just using leftover pieces of batting from that I had left over.
Yeah.
And,
Hey, Crafty.
Hey there, Andy.
Andy, sorry.
No, it's okay. Andy, are you feeling better? She was very sick right before I left. She caught the plague. So I'm not sure how much. I'm going to try to fix this where you can at least see some of what I'm doing, because I just realized I'm probably going to have to move my sewing machine out of the way and try to get it up here on the table where you can see what I'm doing. And then after that, I have some Happy Mail to open. I have here, I'll fill you in on what we're going to see. We're going to open Sweetwater Quilt Label. And then I got a box from a Canadian friend. And she sent me a Happy Mail box that came today in the mail. I'm going to be opening a Cotton Cuts. I have the seal broke, but I haven't opened the paper. I just needed to see which one this was because I have two different. I have one that's for my ambassador stuff, which this is not it. And then this is my regular subscription. Then I have something to show all of you who do EPP. I have something really cool to show you that you're going to just be shocked by. And yeah, that's everything as far as Happy Mail. And then I'll show you what I collected while we were out. When we were out hiking and stuff.
Hi, Sylvia. Yes, she had a lot of fun, Andy, and I'm so glad your COVID's gone, but I'm sorry about your
Anyone want to guess what this is?
eagles.
Yes, this is the Greenland eagle feathers. And I stumbled across them when I was taking pictures of some really tiny, tiny flowers, and which you'll see in the video and stuff. And I found these. This is the first time I ever found eagle feathers. So this is this one, the really small piece, is so fluffy and soft. But we did see the mother eagle that we saw the last time we were there. And she had a fledgling. The fledgling was up on the side of the mountain when we first came in. But he stayed hidden, so he must have been a little bit younger. She looked a little bit emaciated, I think. She seemed smaller than she usually is. So she's probably been feeding all of her food to her fledgling. But yeah, and she's been at this area, I guess, for the last few years now. But I thought y'all would love seeing the feather.
Beautiful.
All right. I'm thinking before I move my sewing machine, I want to take and stitch and just put one little edge here with a small stitch. That way this fabric doesn't ravel every time I move it around, on the back, moving it on the thing that I set it on. Hey, Sylvia, she says it's 95 degrees here. I'm still in the Mojave Desert. I had a good time. I'm I'm sore and yeah, I'm really sore. And then working on top of it kind of added to it. And Nora's being a little grump. So she did fine at my boss's house, but Bitsy told me that whenever the girls would walk out and leave her behind, she would sit in the living room and cry. I'm like, it sounds like what she does when I leave the house. She does the same thing. So what I'm going to do first right now is just sew this. And then I don't know what this is on my screen. Hang on a minute. Something's on here. It shouldn't be here. Oh, there it went. It left. Then we'll move the sewing machine so that you can watch me try to build this out. And let me see. She says, yes, better. COVID gone. Now fighting a different infection. Uh-oh. I hope you get to feeling better, sweetie. I wanted you back. I hope you get on your feet quickly. Let me see. Did I miss anyone else? Robin says, I only need 1,763 hexagons. Robin, don't leave today because you're going to see some hexagons in a different way. And I know you're going to be as excited when you see it as I am when I decided to buy it from Great Greenland. I was meaning to do it before, and you know, when you're taking care of tourists, you kind of forget other things. But I now have almost, not to be, I'm not, please don't think I'm bragging, but how many tours have I done, babe? Honey,
huh?
Have I done 4 tours or 5 now?
With
Great Greenland.
I
think it's 4, isn't
4
it?
or 5.
Yeah, it's either 4 or 5. So I have almost $500 US in tips.
Oh,
And I have almost 1,000 in Danish kroners, which equals out to be, hang on, I'll tell you what that is in US dollars. So if you added it as US dollars, I would have over 500.
that's great.
Yeah, USA money for when I travel. Let's see. Oh, 1,000 would be $156. So yeah,
Wow.
I've already pushed it over the $500 mark. So that's really good. But I met some quilters, and so we have, for those of you that might have noticed, we've got some new members inside the GreenlandQuilter Facebook group. There because of the cruise ship. Hey, Judy Smith. Yeah, they joined. I told them all they had to do was look up GreenlandQuilter. I'm the only GreenlandQuilter on Facebook at the moment.
I help too.
I told her that. I said that. He helped too.
I'm just saying. Oh.
I can't believe I'm almost done basting 12,500 hexagons at 3/4 inches. That's pretty doggone amazing, Robin. Sylvia says she is currently sewing 1/2-inch hexies together. Wow. Those are tiny. Hey, Alex, how are ya? I watched your live the other day. Let's see. It was either what night were you live? Was it last night or the night before? I fell asleep because I was so tired. So it was left running on my laptop. I don't even remember if I said hello or not, to be honest. I am loving that Afghan that Myra's leaning against on the sofa. She said both. Okay, so it was either last night or the night before. I fell asleep early. All this typing and then working on top of it made me really tired.
So I'm fixing to do something that I've meant to do for quite a while, y'all.
Oh yeah, what you gonna do?
I am going to make myself a cheat sheet.
What kind of cheat sheet?
Well, because I'm not on here as often as you, I don't remember everyone's names.
Oh, okay. I don't like just using the channel name. I would like,
Well,
I don't know.
I agree, but you have never sent me a list, so I'm just going to sit
I
here.
don't have a list.
Well, that's because you have a better brain than I do.
The stove's not working? Is there power in the bathroom? But the stove won't come on?
Oh,
What the hell's going?
it's working. Sorry, it's working.
I was gonna say that doesn't make sense. Sorry, guys, for the
This little like this plane.
Oh, okay. We had an electrical thing that happened in the house earlier today, where some of the stuff in the house, this side of the house, was working, and some of it wasn't. And we ended up changing all the fuses out, trying to do a process elimination. It turns out it was one of the fuses or more than one of the fuses. So we replaced them all, and then we have power. But he thought for a minute the stove wasn't working. Sure the sun's not blocking the...
No.
It may have went out. I don't know. Anyway, that's what's going on. Anyway, it's okay. Everything's good. She says, Alex says, I have one of those started, Myra, because I have a hard time remembering my subscribers' names. Yep. For a while, I had a piece of paper, but I've gotten where I can remember. Alex says, I sent you an email. Okay, I'll look at it soon. It's warm in the house now. It was cold in here earlier because of that wind we were having, but it sounds like the wind has died down a little bit. You probably noticed that I didn't cut off the selvage on this fabric. I really don't think I needed to, because it's going to be underneath the board anyway. So, you know. And it's not going to be the best sew in the world either. I'm so excited. I want to hurry up and do the unboxing, but I want to get this done first. Because I was wanting to do something a little bit different. And I had been saying I was going to do it. Originally, I was going to take this one apart, and I'm still going to take the smaller one apart. But I'll do that another night, because I think I'm going to keep it and just keep a backup. Put it that way. She's all good now. There's apple in the door if you want to give her some. You already did? Okay. She's Miss. Let me tell you what, y'all. If I say if it doesn't bother you, then don't cut it off. Yeah. It's for the ironing station, so there's no need to. I'm wondering, you know, this cotton's nice and everything because it's quilting cotton, but I'm wondering how long it'll hold up to the ironing all the time on it, because I used a different kind of fabric. This fabric that I showed you on the other one is fabric that I made curtains from, so that it's a little bit thicker. But that's over a year old, and you can see the wear and tear from the heat.
Okay, so can I run through this real quick while you're sewing?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, Living in Crafting is Alex, Crafty Witch is Andy, Sylvia is Sylvia, Robin is Robin, Judy is Judy, Colleen is Colleen, Pam's is Pam, Jean is Jean, Teresa is Teresa, Nanita is Nanita, And Pat Boo is Pat.
Yeah, or she goes by Patty. You can call her Patty too. You can call her Patty or Pat Boo, whichever you want to do.
Okay.
I don't think she's too selective. What?
No.
Nothing? Oh, you put your
Did I
shirt
miss
on?
anybody today?
I don't think so. Let me look and see if there's anyone else in here yet.
I don't think so.
No, I think you got everybody for now. Unless there's some lurkers. There might be some lurkers. If you're lurking, come out of hiding.
Hi, everyone. just a quick peek.
Yeah, he's not ready to get on a live yet. He's chilling. Actually, you know what he's been doing? He's been working really hard to learn that Lego software so that he can build designs. And it's
I
coming
didn't
on.
know there was such a thing.
Yeah, that's how, you know, a lot of these design new kits and stuff that come out is because regular everyday people created them, and then they send them into a Lego company, and if Lego company likes them, then they get voted on by everyday people on, you know, if would you like to see this as a kit, and if enough votes come in on it, then it turns into a kit.
Do they get paid for it?
I don't know. We haven't asked that question. They probably get something from it.
Well, if nothing else, the satisfaction of knowing they did it.
Well, yeah, and maybe Lego gives them a when they create the kits, maybe they get a free kit. I don't know. I have not asked that question. We haven't got far enough along to find that out yet.
Gee, hello.
Nico should try figuring out how to create a nice iceberg situation. Katie, did your hubby see the new Lego kit that is the inside of the Death Star? Did you see that, babe? Honey. Alex wants to know, did you see the new Lego kit that is the inside of the Death Star?
Not sure. I might have seen it, but
it's the biggest set that they've made, and it's detailed. He said he'll look.
Sweetie.
Sylvia says, I made a wood piece the size of my fabric chest. It makes an ironing board fit on the chest, but it can be moved to a table.
Hello, sweetie. Yeah. How are you? What's wrong?
Oh, you're on the phone. Hey, I'm gonna mute yourself. Alex says she wants it so bad. Well, I bet you Nicholas gonna want it if he sees it.
oh, I want that Rivendell.
You what?
Rivendell.
I want
Lord of the Rings.
I want to buy that one for you.
And I want to buy that botanical.
I love you, baby. All right. Well. Oh, bless your heart. I'm sorry that happened. I don't know how that could.
My chat froze a few minutes ago, said Robin. Uh-oh. That's not good. I temporarily muted you, Myra, so that they couldn't hear your private conversation, and I'll unmute when you're done. Almost ready to start this. Hey, Pat, welcome. Hi, all in the chat. I'm a lurker. I'm watching on the TV and sewing a quilt for my daughter-in-law for Christmas. It looks like we are getting ready for a storm here, so I hope I don't lose you. I hope you don't either. This is going to be interesting trying to build this on this small table. So this is nothing fancy.
I'm so sorry, guys. I thought if I muted y'all that it would mute me. Obviously it didn't. That was
It's
Mr.
okay.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you do what now?
That was Mr. Wonderful, which is the only reason I took that call. Guess what happened to him?
What?
He went to work on the motorcycle and lost the keys to the motorhome.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
That means locksmith time.
Well, he's called Papa Lock because he does have an extra set inside. So, oh
Goodness.
well.
Stuff happens sometimes. I've lost keys. Mainly the house keys. Hey, John. John says so. Ali Baba Furball is John.
All right, wait a minute.
Quiltanon, I have to think of. Oh my God, Quiltanon, what's your first name again? I'm supposed to. I thought I could remember her name, but I always forget her name, which is weird. So John says hello to both of us.
Hey, John.
And Quiltanon, just Quiltanon. Okay, she says quilt. Okay, you don't have to give your first name if you don't want to. All right, we got this done. And now I don't have to worry about fabric raveling.
Does Pat D go by Pat?
Yeah, as far as I
Okay.
know. She hasn't told me different. All right, now I've got this all sewed with a little, yeah. Okay, now I'm going to shut my machine off and we're going to try moving it. I'm going to have to disconnect it a little bit. And it, uh-oh, I'm still plugged in. Oops. Asa, can you put this on that table right there, baby? Can you put my machine right there on the table?
So did you read Pat's comment?
Yes. She says, I'm a lurker. I'm watching on TV and sewing a quilt for my daughter. Yep, I read that.
Okay, well, I asked because I was going to read it, but then we're all caught up. Okay. Don says, and I'm not sure I believe this, I have never lost any keys.
Who said this? John? Some people don't lose stuff. Only us absent-minded people do. Actually, you should be proud of me, sissy. Mary bought me a thing to hang on the wall. It looks like a horse and it has hooks on it.
Nice.
To hang keys on. And so every time I go out the door with keys now, and as soon as I walk back into, it took some training, and I put the keys on the wall.
Very nice.
I don't hang on to them and lay them down somewhere, because once I lay them down, I can't remember where I laid them down. So I am so proud of myself because now I'm not losing keys left and right. All right, I'm moving things around a little bit so that I can get this piece of plywood up here so you can see what I'm doing. All right. I don't know how much of this you're actually going to see, but maybe most of it. Move my keyboard out of the way.
If you highlight the table, we could see it very well. Right now, we're having a great view of your midsection.
Oh, every time I go and highlight this camera, people claim they cannot see this. Let me know if you can see this.
I see two beautiful cutting mats and your hand, edge of a keyboard.
Robin says, hi, Nico. Sylvia says, I've always managed to find my lost keys. Can everybody see this screen right here with my hand in it?
You
Let me
betcha.
know in the chat.
Mary G said yes.
Okay. Hey, Mary G. All right. So I don't have a lot of space here, so bear with me. You might only see part of what I'm doing.
Dawn, you're seeing what you're supposed to be seeing.
Yep.
Denise let us know she could, as did Alex.
Yeah, because
And
you're not going to
Judy.
see. Yeah, because you're not going to see my face for a little while because I'm making a iron table.
Iron Man.
You are too funny, honey.
Iron
Hey,
Man.
Denise, welcome, welcome.
I like Iron Man. Ask yours for one. Or Black Sabbath.
Hi, Denise. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm turning it over because I'm going to take my staple gun. You set that for minus. Asa. You set the staple gun for minus, right?
Huh?
You set that staple gun for minus, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What did I do with it?
John, I know those are definitely her hands.
Yeah, these are my hands. Okay, where did I lay the staple gun? Oh, there it is. So I have one of these. And all I'm going to do is staple this towel to this board.
You ever stapled into your own hand with a staple gun?
Have I?
Yeah,
No.
I have stapled into this fatty part of my hand with a staple gun because I was trying to figure out which way it came out. And it hurts really, 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 really bad when you do that.
I would imagine it would.
Then it hurts really, really bad when Mr. Wonderful gets the pliers and pulls them back out.
Wow, that has to smart.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how loud that sounds, but it's making my ears ring.
It's not real loud on here, babe, just a click.
So the reason I've been using towels is it seems to dissipate some of the heat into the wood. And that's why I bought Insulbright too, because one of the biggest things I've discovered is when I'm ironing, it triggers my asthma, which is very weird. And I'm going to trim this a little bit.
Okay, welcome Campbell's Creation, learning to quilt at Stitches. Hello, Katie, and hello, everyone. I'm making a list for myself of everybody's names that they like to be called. And I don't know who you are.
I don't know. I can't remember her first name. I don't see her all that often.
So if you would like to
Campbell, if you would like to share your first name, can you share it with us, please?
I'm only doing this, y'all, because I'm only on here often enough to recognize your names, but not to remember the names you go by. So, and that really irritates me for you that I don't, remember that Alibaba Furball is John. Why wouldn't I remember that? Ellen, thank you, doll.
You know, some people don't care to learn people's first names in their channels. I've heard that. They're like, I don't bother to learn their first names. I just call them by their channel name. I've actually heard people say that.
And that's fine, I mean, whatever. So John wants to know, Katie, how come you are making a permanent cover rather than making one you can take off the wood and wash for allergies? And she said her name is Ellen Campbell. Well, I assumed it would be Campbell.
When I remove the cover, I throw it away because by then it's worn out. I usually change it once a year. If I have to make it portable, it's just going to move all around and irritate me. I like it where it don't move.
Nanita said she likes it when you make an effort, Katie.
Thank you. I think that, we've been having a little discussion this week between me and Nikolai and some Greenlanders here in town about my trying to learn Greenlandic, how hard I, really work toward it. Did I make an effort to do it instead of just say, screw it and don't bother?
Yeah.
And it makes a lot of Greenlanders happy that I try, that
Absolutely.
I don't expect them to talk to learn my language when I should be learning their language.
Well, yeah, you're in their country.
In the United States has 720 languages spoken. That's why English is not, it's never got through Congress to pass as the main language because of the many ethnic backgrounds of people.
So John says, because of Star Wars, Myra, well, laugh it up, Furball, for instance, then they forget John. I don't understand because of Star Wars, because I've never watched a whole Star Wars movie ever, not ever.
Because Han Solo, who is played by Harrison Ford, he'll say to the Wookiee, laugh it up, Furball. Anytime the Wookiee's making fun of something that happened to him.
Okay.
He'll say, laugh it up, Furball. So that's where that comes from.
That's like yippee-ki-yay?
Yeah, like Bruce's Willis thing, yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to finish that one.
You can just use MF. I'm not going to get all feisty about it. Okay, I got the towel on. Now what I'm going to do.
Denise said she's sitting in a car in the something. My heart emoji is covering that. Hard to see comments.
Let me see if I can move this up where y'all can see more of what I'm doing here.
Yeah, Nanita says when my parents were active duty, we would get stationed overseas. I would try to learn the language. And Quilt loves the Die Hard movies.
One of the things about being a tour guide, a lot of the Greenlander people who are tour guides like me, see, normally what happens is that how the language is taught in school is Greenlandic is started immediately from birth all through their years. And then Danish is introduced in the second grade, and English is introduced in the fifth grade. But there's discussion about changing the order of the other two languages. they're going to the government's probably going to put English in the number 2 position and Danish in number 3 because of tourism. And because most other countries that have a native language also teach the indigenous English so that they can communicate when they need to when they're somewhere else, which makes total sense to me.
Yeah. Okay, so John said I was a kid when we got stationed in Germany and I learned quick. John, I was a 3, 4, and 5-year-old in Japan and I came home fluent in Japanese, I think. Princess Leia quote from Melissa is, I don't know where you get your delusions, laser brain.
Yeah, she did say that too. I remember her saying that too.
And Denise is waiting for her grandson to get out of school. And it's 98 degrees. I can't tell how many minutes to go because I have a little pink heart over my comments. So, Melissa, you go by Melissa, right?
Hey, Melissa. Yeah, some of them, I think they're going by that, but I'm not sure. If you want us to call you something else, let us know.
Anything but late for supper.
Well, honey's getting closer to that D-Day.
Isn't he though? Oh, the 17th of September, his office does a retirement ceremony. He said, yeah, it's all of 15 minutes long, no matter how many people are retiring. But anyway, I'll actually get to be there, so I'm real proud for him.
How many years does he work for them?
7, I think.
But he's also retired from the military, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's what the Navy.
Well, you know what? It's got to be more than 7 for the VA because I've been with the OIG for almost 7. And he's been there almost as long as I've been there. Plus, he was at the Orlando VA before that. So he has over 30 years of federal government. Yeah. But I'm so excited. I told you what we're going to do in October, right?
I think you were going to go somewhere in the camper, right?
Yes, we are. We are. And I'm so excited. We're going just up into Alabama, near the Georgia border. A real pretty little small town called Eufaula that has a lot of antebellum homes and little museums. And Melissa liked my yes, don't call me late for supper. And Denise has 30 minutes to go waiting on her grand.
I can't believe how sore I am from this weekend. I am so very sore. Still sore. Here it is Thursday. My back, my legs. My back has been giving me a fit.
Well, hasn't it been a while since you've been out really walking much?
I walk. I mean, I tour guide all the time, but not climbing up the side of a mountain.
Exactly.
And there was quite a few challenges. And I'm so proud of myself because I succeeded in those challenges.
Yes, Nanita, VA is counted as federal, so it enters in with his military service. It sure does. Yeah.
I'm always worried about falling down. And I managed to get the whole weekend and not do that. I think my husband was proud of me because I have a fear. Part of my problem is I think I have a fear of falling down anyway. And he tries to help me overcome some of those fears. And getting out and hiking in super rough terrain helps with that. Okay, we've got the first layer of pieces of batting on, and I'll show you what it looks like. Now we're going to put another towel on it, but before I put it on there, I'm going to cut the edges off the towel. I don't know what I did with my big pair of scissors. And y'all probably notice I'm having a little bit of breathing trouble today. It's because the weather is changing. And unfortunately, I am super sensitive to environmental changes when it relates to the weather. And it triggers my lungs. And so today, I'm having issues. Part of it's the wind. We went out in it today because we needed to, there was a couple things we had to deal with. I needed to go to Stark and because I needed longer staples because the staples I had were too short. I discovered that when I was doing this the first time around.
So I watched a movie last night that I literally boo-hooed out loud over. It was wonderful, 2 hours and 7 minutes long, based on true stories, called Bones of Crows. Came out in 2022, can be seen on Hulu. Has anybody else ever seen it?
There's also a movie that just hit Netflix that has to do with a Canadian pilot who ended up with an Inuit woman because he crashed his plane and he met her while out in nature and she showed him how to survive in nature, and she died in the end because she needed to go to the hospital for TB, and there was no way for him to get her to a hospital because they were out in the middle of nowhere. So she died after she had taught him how to survive.
Wow. Well, this is also based in Canada, and it's about the Indigenous people that had to go to residential school in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and into the 90s.
Yep.
In Canada, and the way they were treated by the priests and nuns, and it was hard to watch, but because of my time spent in Alaska and my very dear friend Judith Tobuck, who is an Aleut, I very much resonate with Native Americans and with Indigenous people. Even though I'm nothing but white Eurotrash, I know, but
Call yourself trash.
But still, my heart is with Indigenous people all over the world. So
yeah, exactly. So your love of the people is the thing. So you're not showing your whiteness by being prejudiced. You know what I mean? And it's always good to learn about other ethnic backgrounds.
Robin says it's super humid today. You walk outside and the environment sucks all the juice out of you. Melissa says, is Bones of Crows good? It's extremely good, but I will tell you that of course, I've cried at halftime commercials during the Super Bowl, but I really actually had to get up and get tissue at the end of that movie. It was so good.
Well, I'll have to look up the link for the movie you're talking about, and also the one I watched last night that I fell asleep in the middle of. And post it over on the community tab so you guys can go and watch it. There's been a lot of new movies and stuff coming out that relate to natives, especially the Inuits. There's and I should know the name of this one. I haven't sat down and watched it yet, but it's also on Netflix. And mostly Inuit actors from Canada, but there's a couple from Greenland that's in there too. And this one's more of it's a little series, mini series. And it has apparently comedy involved in it too.
This Bones of Crows is very thought-provoking.
Yep. So Nuke was in the news because one of the things that they do on Sundays is fly the flag, because it's it's Sunday religion and all that, and they would put a flag up right outside where the missionaries rock carving is of him, Hansi Gid. This past Sunday is the last time they'll fly a flag next to his monument. I think there's a lot of things changing, I think. I think I'm gonna cut this piece off so I don't have so much thickness right here. There's a strong movement to cover up or erase those stories. And the sad thing is that with the digital age, all of those facts can be manipulated and erased. Exactly, Denise, which is very sad. So
Melissa's going to work on a crow quilt. Do you mean crow the bird, or do you mean crow the Native American tribe that has patterns that may be specific to their tribe, like Navajo print, etc., etc.?
we have 2 more layers to get on here. The Inselbright, it will be next. And then the final cover. I know this seems like a lot of work, but it'll last about a year. And we have a staple gun set so that I can put a flat tip screwdriver underneath it and pop the staples out so that I can replace the top cover if I want to, or any of the bottom covers that might need replacing. And I'm not saying do yours this way. This is how I'm doing it, because this is me just doing what I think works. It may not be the best ironing station in the world, but it will serve its purpose for what I'm using it for. I just knew if I made it portable, it would be moving around and irritating. You know, the cover part of it. I have an ironing board, but I hardly use the ironing board because it's not wide enough. I can figure out how to mount a board to it like Tiffany and her husband did her ironing board. I probably would make one like that. But I think she also fastens her cover. Uh-oh. This one didn't go all the way
Melissa
in.
says that her crow quilt is based, it might be a raven or a crow. I don't even know the difference. I have to finish my squirrel quilt first, though. This is bad. She doesn't know the difference between a raven and a crow. Why is that bad? How would we know the difference? They're
A
both
raven is
black.
a raven is way bigger than a crow. So the ravens we have here, the wingspans can be up to 2 meters across.
Wow. Hi, Sherry.
Yeah, they get almost as big as an eagle does. Hi, Sherry. Hey, Melissa. Or did I already say hi to her? I think I did. All right. This one's going to have to require some trimming, I think. Maybe. Or I might leave it whole and then put the staples in where it's narrow at. I don't have enough hand strength for a staple gun. There's always electric ones.
So when you get to your final layer, are you going to go on the back side? Are you going to staple over all the others to cover up all the others and make it look pretty?
No, because I don't care what the back of it looks like. I know that you like, I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, she's gonna make a myth. Nope. I don't care what it looks like on the back.
It's just as easy to do it pretty and neat. Just saying.
It's neat enough the way it is already.
Okay.
You will never see this again once it's on the thing I put it on. So you'll never see underneath it anyway. Only I will. And it doesn't bother me.
All right. So the first thing I'm going to do when I eventually come to your house is find that thing and flip it over.
And then you're going to say something, and then I'm going to be like, let it go because it doesn't matter to me. Am I right?
No, you know I'd never do it because I don't care, babe. Do it however you want it.
It's just what's easy for me. I don't feel like it's, you know.
So Sylvia likes to do elastic around the edges. So basically she has a mattress cover on her ironing board. But the problem with that for me, Sylvia, and I think with Katie too, is then it can move around. Colleen, I want to read out what you've told us about crow's tails, but the heart is in the way for some of the things. So crow's tails are blunt at the end and raven tails are curved. That in addition to the fact that ravens are much, much bigger.
Where did we put it? Right out of Staples. Got to figure out where we put them. I had to clear off the cutting table so I could cut this piece of fabric. Dadgummit. It should be in here somewhere. Oh, crap.
Denise says children and grandchildren she's holding on the books for. And she's learning still about things that leave her jaw drop that happened in her youth. Sylvia hasn't had issues with it moving so far.
Yeah, I have an ironing board that has one of those elastic styles on it. I found it. Here it is, babe.
Oh, yeah.
And it moved around. And I can't go and buy ironing covers anytime I feel like it for that ironing board, which is frustrating since I bought it here.
Jenny Drake says, hello, Kathy. New ironing station sounds amazing.
Thank you, Jenny. That's what we're working on right this minute. Apparently I was out and didn't even realize it. Now it sounds like it's supposed to sound.
Is that
That's
your
why-
Insel Bright?
Yes.
Well, see, you're covering up all the underneath, making it pretty.
Yeah, but it's not going to be perfect. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Hang on. If I don't knock everything, I'm knocking things off. Okay, let me turn that around. I think.
Hey, Prepped for Eternity Homestead just came in. And if you would, pretty princess, please tell me what you like to be called, your first name or whatever.
That would
Because
be either Jessica or Jennifer. Because there's two of them and I get them confused sometimes. I bet it's Jennifer. Jenny says she will watch at the beginning. Okay. Some of you I sent an email to that relates to New Year's Eve. And you'll know what I'm talking about if you're sitting in here. So check your email if you haven't already seen what I sent.
so Alex did a small one on the ends of her table the same way you're doing, but didn't use towels or Insel Bright, just batting. Prepped for Eternity is Jennifer.
I'm doing it because the wood, when the and I'll explain because I'll show you a Martelli, a small Martelli portable that I've used a couple times on my lives, and there is not enough protection between that wood and the cover that's on it, and it triggers my asthma every flipping time. I can actually smell the wood heat up. So this is why I'm doing so many layers.
So Quilt says she does genealogy and have uncovered some fantastic stories. It is so fascinating what you can find out about your ancestors when you go looking.
I wish I could find out how I have DNA from the Congo and people of Bantu. I would love to know that story. That would be fascinating.
And Sylvia says her grandfather totally, I can't see behind my heart, changed with our genealogy study. I'm okay with it. Some family members, not so much.
There's always going to be those.
There's some word behind totally after, but
It'll show up in a minute when the chat moves some more.
I know. I wish I could move that heart and I can't every time, so whatever.
You can actually turn it off, but I can't remember exactly how to tell you to do that.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
I know I could actually turn it off too, where no one sees it. But
Oh, we want to love things.
yeah, but I wanted to mention this to all of you paid members. That means you too, Myra. Did you notice the little icon next to your name? The little
Yes.
emoji icon? It's a whale tail.
Oh,
Compliment.
no.
Huh?
Well,
And
I
that-
see.
It may look like a flower to you, but it's not. It's actually a whale tail.
Yeah, I see it.
Guess who made those for me? Mr. Kevin from Tuber Chat. He made me some member icons as well as some emojis that members can use in the chat. So you'll see if you look under your emojis, where all the emojis are, like the smiley faces and things like that you can use when you're chatting, you will find a polar bear and a narwhal And they will, and they are super adorable.
Oh, so cute.
And those members can now, regular channel people, I don't know that you can see them, but the channel members can.
Oh, Judy says, turn my phone sideways and look at you. You're so smart. The heart will go away.
Ah, I hadn't thought of that. That's a great idea, actually.
And Jennifer uses a cutting board to iron on. She says she guesses she should cover it, but it's an old one.
Well, I have a cutting board of a self-healing cutting board over there on the table. And my husband, which neither one of us would have thought of this until it happened, he put his laptop on top of my cutting table, the board part, and it warped it. The heat did. And it's a really big one. It's a 24 by 36, and there's a big, huge warp right in the middle of it. And he didn't know it was going to happen. I wouldn't have thought it would have happened, but it did. And it's too big to stick it in the freezer to undo the warp. Because apparently you can undo it by sticking in the freezer, put it in a freezer with two metal pans in it sandwiched in between. And something about freezing it fixes it. But
When you live in Greenland, it's fixing to be winter. Hello, open your door, throw it outside.
I don't know that it'll get cold enough because my freezer is minus 23 degrees Celsius. So that's really cold. All right, I've got the Insulbright on, as you can see. So far I put 2 towels, some batting, and now the Insulbright. Now what I'm going to cover it with is the cotton that I cut for this, which I'm sitting on.
Noreen has a good suggestion. Place it flat in the sun. We had a what are those things? We had a kayak and it got a dent in it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we didn't even mean to do it, but we left it out in the sun and the dent went away.
These creases you see, the heat will take care of this. I had already tried to press it, but I think every time I use it and it feels fluffy and soft right now, but as I iron on it, this will like suck down against the wood. It's kind of strange the way it does. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I get this more or less even on the side, the long side, because there's not as much.
Denise said sideways didn't work for her, but she can touch screen and move it up and down to read the words behind the heart. Mine won't move up if nobody has typed anything in. And Jennifer likes the color of that topping.
Yeah, it's actually a motive fabric. I'll tell you what it's from. I had 2 or 3 pieces of some motive fabric that had this swirly design on it. And it comes from, where is here it is. It comes from, it's called Marble Swirls by Moda Fabrics, made in Japan, cotton pattern 9908.
A nice blender.
Yeah. But I've been using, like I said, that here, let me show you what I've been using. You can see what it looked like before it started turning. And I've made bedroom curtains out of this fabric here, but
that's gorgeous.
It's a really thick woven fabric. But over time, what happens is, probably because it wasn't meant to be used in the way I'm using it, you'll see where the iron started making the thread separate from itself. So what I'm gonna do with this one is I'll take this cover off and probably replace the top batting with another piece, and then I'll have two different seats. Look at the size difference here. You see that?
You're gonna love that.
Yeah, because sometimes I get irritated with the smaller one.
Welcome, welcome, Terry.
Hi, Terry. Denise retracted something. Denise says, misreading one word or letter can totally change the meaning of a comment. That can be significant if someone is listening only.
Through that.
Thank you, Andy, for mentioning give that thumbs up. So I know this is completely different than what y'all usually see me do, but I thought it would be fun, even though I might be doing it in the most unconventional way.
I don't know any other way to do it.
Me neither. I mean, I didn't go to no school to learn how to make an ironing cover. And I had thought, even Nikolai had mentioned, what about putting elastic in it? We could take it on and off. The problem is it would move, and I would end up stapling it anyway.
So, Andy, I don't have a thumbs up anywhere.
Yeah, you have to like lower your chat screen to do that.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And I don't know if you could figure that out without accidentally disconnecting yourself altogether.
No, I did it.
Because I would disconnect myself.
I got it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, here it is, right under my face. Okay. Here comes the fun part, because I don't want to cut this. And this might still come out. We'll see. I can actually go get longer staples if I want to for this staple gun, because we bought a different one this time. Because the one I have, the little yellow one I was using, will only take will only hold 6mm staples. And this one will hold all the way up to a 14mm.
Okay, guys.
Hello, Ellen.
Jenny says, watching you sew is fun, but love seeing this too. Terry says, my husband made me one of these portable ironing boards with my direction, of course. And G Quat Garden Quilt Art Show says, hello, Katie and Eve in chat.
Her name is Ellen too, Myra. If you want to put it on.
She goes by Auntie Ellen. Awesome. Okay. And John says, I think I'm lucky I can go to the fabric store and get pre-backed silver like the ironing board material. Woohoo!
Yeah. I would love it if I could do something like that. Wouldn't that be something? Oh, this didn't go all the way in. Babe. I need you to push down. No, push this down as hard as you can. And then I'll pull the staple. Yeah. There it went. Gonna have to do the same thing down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And push it down as far as you can get it to go. Nope. Not hard enough. I knew I'd run into that problem on the corner.
It's too much.
It's too much. So I'm just gonna have to catch it down here. Unless you can get it on the side a little bit. No. No.
It's too much in the corner.
Yep. And I knew that would probably happen. So we're just gonna, let me have it. It'll be fine here.
Mary said she bought some of that silver ironing board cover and used it over several layers of foam and batting, then had him put a cotton cover over it all.
That sounds like a plan.
So Vintage Style by Joe. Hello, hello.
Without coming out the top. You go in. Okay.
Feel it?
Yeah. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to staple it down here where it's not so thick, because it'll be easier to get off.
I got it in the corner.
He says, put ties on it like you see on ironing board covers, or make ties. Make a channel around the outside edge and run drawstring through the cover.
That makes sense.
Mary G says, my friends and I take folding wood TV tray covers like what you're doing for our iron station at our retreats. I've seen that before, Mary. Judy's leaving us. Bye, Judy.
Hi, Judy. Have a good day or evening.
Bye, Judy.
You don't have to do them too close together. This is probably shifting. I'll have to do some more stapling before it's over with. All right, let me turn it around. Okay.
Making the I have
How's the
for
shift?
the what do you call it?
You want to do that one there too?
For I put the cubes in it.
The pork,
No, the chicken.
the bouillon.
Yeah, bouillon.
Oh, okay. That didn't go in. Must be too thick.
No, it's going in.
Okay. What about this side? We're getting lots of happy faces, looks like.
Nope.
No, no, wait, it went in.
Oh.
See? Okay. We're about to have this finished. Okay. Watch my fingers.
You want this?
No,
You want
hey now.
this?
Watch it, dude. We don't want more injury to my finger. Hey, quit. Naughty boy. Oh my gosh, you're too funny.
You go.
All right.
Your
Wait.
ironing board is
New
done.
ironing board is done. All right. Okay, let me unspotlight this. And hang on a second. I'm going to spotlight the other camera and I'll hold it up so you can see it. So, there it is. I was about to say, where the heck is it? Okay. And here's my new ironing board.
That's awesome. Good job.
So you guys got to watch me do it on the live. Make sure everybody sees it before I put it away. Because then we're going to do some fun and have some happy mail. What? No trial run, John says? Well, we can do a trial run. That can be done. Okay. So everybody's seen it, yes?
Yes.
Hey, Michelle the Quilter, welcome, welcome. And she says, hi, Katie and Nico and Myra, great job.
Hi, Michelle.
Nico says hi. All right.
Hey, Michelle.
Now what I'm going to do, let me unspotlight this camera because we're going to spotlight the other camera in a minute when I get this camera reset a little bit so you can see the unboxing. Oop, not so fast. Let's not make anyone sick. Okay, I hope that's close enough.
Everybody's saying how awesome it is. Excellent job. Love, love, love DIY. Nice job. Face the ace.
Thank you, everyone. Hey, Face the Ace. And I do not know this one's first name. Okay.
Face
Now,
the ace. This is Myra, and I'm making a list for my own edification of what people like to be called. What do he or she is passing through? What do you like to be called?
I want, oh, he's using the AI to say hi. Thank you, everyone.
Is that not a real person?
Yeah, it's a person, not a bot, but you can use the bot to say hi too. Or you can use the AI to say hi is what I'm not explaining it right. On some people on their phones, they can tell the AI to say hi for them. So it'll say, like what he said, I want to said hi. It's strange. All right, you EPP people. Look what I brought home. You see the hexagons?
Soccer ball.
Yeah, it's a handball. See? But it's made from seal skin. Leftover. So when they're making jackets and other things, they have leftover pieces of seal skin. Instead of throwing it away, they take all the small pieces and they have made hexagons and they make balls out of it for the kids. They also make seals, which I haven't bought one yet. Colleen says, super ironing board. Face to Aces, I'm
an
exploring.
explorer YouTuber. I don't know what that means.
He's talking about Tuber Chat. Kevin from Tuber Chat. So see, this was done on a overlock machine. And then they pieced it all together and then they stuffed it and then they left the opening where they could hand sew the where it needed to be sewed together to close it.
Is the white baby seals?
What?
Is the white fur baby seal?
No, ma'am. No.
Oh, I didn't mean that bad.
They do not hunt baby seals.
Well, I didn't mean it bad. I didn't know.
No, this is actually from either a harp seal or a harbor seal. And some of the hair on because you see this is a little bit gray right here.
Right.
Yeah. Here's some more. You can see it's more. The camera's not giving a good, wait.
I see the gray.
Yeah, this is from either a harp or a harbor. It's not white actually. The cameras and the light is causing it to look white. No, they do not.
So John says he's never seen a blue seal. LOL, but that's not blue fur, isn't it black?
Okay, I guess I need to have a little talk about this. I thought I talked about this, but maybe I didn't. Okay, let's talk about sealskin. Sealskin is a byproduct of hunting for food. There's no commercial hunters of any kind that hunt either seal or whale or any other mammal that lives in the sea. With sealskin, there is 6 types of seals that live in Greenland during the spring, summer, and fall months. 5 of them are indigenous to Canada, which would be the harp seal, the hooded seal, saddleback seal, blueback seal, and the ring seal. In the fall, they migrate back to Canada. They spend all the spring, summer, and fall eating, mating, having babies, and then they migrate back to Canada. Greenland only has one indigenous seal, and it's called the harbor seal. And the harbor seal and the harp seal look quite similar in color. With the seal skin, when the hunters have been one of the things that they're taught is they use all parts of what they hunt. Some hunters have been hunting for 4 or 5 generations. So they have plenty of sealskin clothing in their home. So Great Greenland, which is the only tannery we have in all of Greenland, which happens to be in the town I live in, has containers at each place where there's human beings. And so a hunter, a regular family man, it's just like our men in Florida and any other part of the United States that go deer hunting. This is the same kind of thing. They can take, when they process the animal, they can pull the skin off in a timely fashion and get it to this container, and they can sell the skins to Great Greenland. then Great Greenland receives these big containers from all over Greenland down here to our town. Each container is processed together. They never split the skins apart. One container may hold a certain amount, and all of those go through all the processing of the tanning process. Once it gets to the other end of the process, they grade sealskin from A to F. A, B, and C means it's the best sealskin, and C, D, or D, E, and F is not as pristine. A lot of times seals bite. They have long claws on their flippers, and they have really big teeth. And when they get into a fight, they can scar the skin so that the hair will not grow back. And so that will downgrade the sealskin. If the hunter didn't get the sealskin to the container quick enough and it already started turning yellow, that will degrade it or downgrade it. There's a number of things that go by. How long the hair is, how thick the hair is, just different things. Anything that's graded D to F is used differently. Now, after COVID, they ran into a problem. The market had fallen quite a bit, so they weren't selling the cheaper skins because people just weren't spending money at the time. And so they had a big meeting of all the people that work there. And see you later, Robin. And a couple of the younger generation says, what if we dye the lesser skins different colors? This blue here is dyed. So I have a seal skin that's purple. You'll see red, blue, purple, yellow, orange, and the most vibrant green I think I've ever seen in my life. And what they did is they dyed some skins, all different colors. Then they created handbags, gloves, hats, boots, mittens, anything you can think of, along with laptop bags, tablet bags, notebooks, and they threw it all out into the market to see what would happen. It turns out because they done this to the sealskin, they were able to sell the sealskin at a profitable price. Now, some of you are saying, well, why didn't they throw it away? You have to understand about the Greenlandic culture. The culture is you use all parts of the animal you dispatch. You don't throw it away, you use it. So by selling it to Great Greenland, then Great Greenland gets a longer use out of it. The other thing is the sealskin is animal product. So if it ever does find its way into the landfill, it will go back to dust versus this petroleum stuff, like your jackets are made out of, boots are made out of. Those would take hundreds of years to degrade into the landfill. So there's lots of reasons and when they're making jackets and pants and other things, they have all kinds of small pieces left over. Instead of throwing this away, they create it into something like this, or they make big scrap bags just like us fabric people have. You can buy scrap bags and you take those scrap bags and you sell it to the locals and they take it home with them and they'll make I have actually some small little hearts that have pins on the back of it, and you pin these little sealskin hearts to your clothing so they don't waste it.
So Melissa wants to know, isn't sealskin waterproof?
Yes. It will also, if you bought a sealskin jacket, I actually met a lady last year in one of my groups. She told me that her mother bought a sealskin parka and her mother gave it to her when she was 70 years old. Her mother was 70. When I met the lady last year, she was in her 60s and she still had the jacket her mother gave to her. And she said the jacket looked like the day she bought it from the shop. So these can last, well, not the balls because kids destroy things, but jackets and stuff can last 3 or more generations if you take care of it.
But who could afford it? Aren't they extremely expensive, the jackets?
People here in Greenland afford them, along with people in Europe. It's one of the warmest ways. I can't. The only reason I don't have a sealskin jacket is not that because I didn't want one. It's because it's too hot for me. I have adapted so much to the subarctic conditions here that I can't wear a heavy parka anymore. It's too hot. I sweat and I end up wet, and getting wet means I'll get cold.
So John said, wow, could find the seals in the hunt much easier when they're dyed those colors. Fantastic idea. Silly goose.
Oh, right, John. But I thought you guys would find this cool, especially because this involved hexagons. I didn't know this was going to turn into something else. Sorry. Okay. So there's that. So I'm going to show you what I got from Sweetwater Quilt Label this go around.
Okay, Jennifer said that's a great way to use your resources. And Alex said, I'd love to get some and use it in a quilt.
Yeah, you know, I'm surprised. There's a design wall inside Great Greenland, in the sewing room in Great Greenland. You would be truly amazed. There is a star in there that's been pieced using different color small pieces of diamond sealskin that looks like the star we do with fabric. And when you look on the back of it, you're like, oh my God, because they used a serger or overlock to do it with. And that's what this was done with. So they try to use as much as they can. Melissa says, gotta go. Bye, everyone. Anyway, here is the newest label I got.
Oh.
It says, make life happy. And then it says, created by my name. So that's this one I got a month ago, and I'm just now showing it to you. So I should have a new one coming in pretty soon. This one looked like it got wet. Look at it. Okay, I'm going to open this white box, and I'm going to put the spotlight on this box. This is, hang on a second. I need to take something out of here.
Alex right now is all about leather and faux leather quilts.
Yeah, and I think that's a great idea about the leather quilt. Okay, so this is from a Canadian friend. She sent me a care package from her. As soon as I figure out how this box opens. Here we go. And it got here quicker than even she thought it would. I really haven't had that much shipping problems with things coming from Canada. But anyways, from a Canadian friend. This is really taped up good.
It says it's getting winds have picked up. It's getting gray outside. I think our storm is coming in.
Yeah, it's been stormy here since early morning hours. I think our weather is about to change. Uh-oh. I'm going to set that aside. Okay. So let's start looking at what's in this box. And this first one is covering up what's under it. Oh, it's a sticker. Look. That's super cute. I love stickers. And then we have Nuts for Flat Seams Art East Quilting Co. And then it has a web address and it's a magnet. Thank you so much. That is so cool. And I love magnets. My refrigerator's covered in them. Okay. Then we have a batik piece here.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Uh-oh, wrong way. Sorry. So this is the first piece. Oh my God. Oh, look what she sent me. She sent me some Arfil light gray thread like I like to use. Thank you so much. So this one is the 5021. This one's 2615. And this one is 2615.
John is asking if it's from Prince Edward Island.
I don't know. I would have to look at the address, and I set that aside somewhere so it didn't show up in the video. Hang on a minute.
It's okay.
No. Okay, the next one is the Master's Pieces, premium quality, 100% cotton. And this is also a batik. And it's a nice green color. Oh, it's pretty too. Wow. It says how much is in here. It says 1 meter. Wow. Look at that green. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have fun with this. Thank you so much.
It's beautiful.
I'm going to have to send her some Greenland postcards. If I can find out how to even mail anything right now. I still haven't got an answer on how we send mail out of here. We lost our post office, in case y'all didn't know. Several smaller towns, including us, no longer have a post office. So all of our mail is going to come into the local grocery store. And we've all looked, and I don't see how we can send mail out yet. So I don't know what's going to come of that. The next one is also 1 meter. And it's another pretty color green with blues and purples in it. Wow. I am going to have fun with this. Wow, look at that. Can y'all see the color?
That's so nice.
Isn't it? Look at all that nice color coming through there. That's pretty. Quiltanon says, no post office? That's crazy. Yes, it is crazy. I don't even know, I can't believe they did it. Now, I know in Denmark, I doubt Nikolai's hearing my conversation. We noticed it when we wanted to send a package home from a couple areas of Denmark, we had to go to a store to do it. Yeah. I just want to keep the tag with this. I'm going to just set it aside over here. Okay, then we have a really light, oh my God, it's a color that I like using a lot of too. This one is also, oh, wait a minute. Some of these actually have a name on them. So this one says it's Moda 259, and I can't read the rest of it on here. But this blue-gray color, I've been using a lot in my, y'all have seen me using it quite often in a lot of my blocks, like for my 1000 block and also my Moda blocks. Look at this. This is that bluish gray color that I like using so much. Now the camera is making it look gray, but it's actually a blue-gray. Let me, hang on a minute. I'm gonna switch cameras real quick and see if it looks better in the other camera. Can you see the blue? Yeah, it does look better. Look, you can see that bluish color in it.
Really pretty.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. You're not going to hear me complain. I'm always up for getting batiks. I met some quilters in my groups the last 2 times I've tour guided. And one of them asked me what kind of fabric I like the most. And I told them, I said, it's batiks all the way. And she's like, oh my goodness, a sister after my own heart. Because apparently she likes batiks too. But we have a couple new members that joined the Facebook group that are from because of the cruise ship that they were on. And this one is also a meter. And it doesn't say what color, but this is like a cream yellow color. And I'll put it up here so you can see it, or like maybe it's more of a tan. I don't know if the camera's going to give it off or not. Let me see if the other camera might. No, it's the same. So anyway, this is pretty too. Look at that. It's gorgeous. And if you're watching, my Canadian friends, thank you for this. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got another piece down here at the bottom we're going to pull out. And some more thread. This one is a tan color. And it is the 2312. And then we got some. This is like a it's not a white, but it's not a tan either. It's like caught in between. Can you see that? It's like a really light. This is great for using as a background, which is what it'll get used for. So this is also batik. And then we have this silver blue gray color again, which I really love this color because it goes with just about any color. See it? That's beautiful. And then she wrapped it in this really dark colored, this is green with grays and purples in it. Thank you so much to my Canadian friend. I really appreciate it. Okay, now we've gone through this box. I am just blown away here. All right, now I'm going to show you what I got from Cotton Cuts. This has been sitting here for over a week and I haven't said anything about it. Because I got sidetracked knowing I was going to go sailing. Okay, and I'll read this letter later from her. All right. I'll go back to this camera. All right, so remember I told you guys, because I've shown you some of this before, that my subscription is, it's been mainly since the spring of 2018, I've been getting the Cotton Cuts Classic Box, which you get 12 fat quarters in. Then they started a new program this year that if you wanted to switch over to what they call the Platinum subscription, then every month you would get sent an email and you had a choice of switching between the Classic Box, the Java Box, the Modern Maker Box, or the Chroma, which is thread. And so for the last 3 months, I've been getting batiks because the colors in the email, let me go back to the main camera for a minute. In the email, it'll show you the colorway that will be what they'll be picking 12 fat quarters from for the Classic Box. Then they'll show you the colorway for the batik, which is the Java Box. And then they'll show you the colorway of what might be in your box for the Modern Maker Box. Now with the Java Box and the Classic Box, you get 12 fat quarters. With the Modern Maker Box, you get 3 1-yard cuts, or if you do the mini Modern Box, you get 3 half-yard cuts. So in each box, you get this card. On one side, it says love it, snap it, and show it show it off if you want. But on the back, you get this card that has 2 quilt patterns. One of them you get for free, and there's a code which I have my finger covering it up. And you choose which one you want, and you get to download that quilt pattern for free.
Takbo mo na. Stop takbo.
Oh my God. Oh, oh, I can't wait to get into it. Then, because this is August box, well, technically this is July's box, you also get what they call a Cotton Cuts Color Challenge card. On the back, you can color the card, but it also gives you instructions, just the measurements, cutting measurements, and you can make a block. And then you can take the block you sewn plus the color card that you colored, and when you put it on the Cotton Cuts Fabric Facebook group or on Instagram, you tag it with hashtag Cotton Cuts Color Challenge, and you have a chance of winning a prize by posting these on both pages. Jenny says the pattern on the right looks complicated. Yeah, you know what? In a minute, we'll go over and have a look at both these patterns, because I can do that. Then you get a pencil, and let me tell you what, I am getting me quite the collection of pencils. So every pencil will have some saying on it, and this one says, "Quilters never cut corners." That's what it says on it.
Hi, Cynthia.
Hi, Cynthia.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm. And I've been using the heck out of these pencils. Okay, let's pull this out. Oh, and you get a spool of thread. So in this box, I got a spool of Orifil thread. This one's purple. Come on, camera. No, let's try the other one. Yeah, you can see it in that one. It's a purple, and the number on this one is 2520. So every month you get a spool of thread and a pencil or a lanyard, depending on, you know, sometimes it's pencil, sometimes it's magnet. Every now and then it's a magnet. Every now and then it could be a sticker or something like that. Okay. So with this Java box, you're getting Bally Petite Club by Hoffman. And as always, I probably have to cut this. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut it to get it off. What I love about the way they set this up is I haven't I haven't dipped into any of the fat quarters yet because I've been working out of my scraps lately and not out of my stash. I have been, believe it or not, someone is consistent, let me tell you. Time to report his behind. Oh, maybe I can't. If you guys can you report him, please? Or I can. Hang on a minute. Let me do it. Hang on.
Ooh.
We have someone who's being a pain in the you know what.
Sis who?
Someone we don't know from Adam's House Cat.
Thanks.
One of those kind. You remember in IRC time, you would get trolls? Same thing here.
No, but is it the face?
No, he's saying things that, because I haven't been paying attention to. Yeah. My moderators are taking care of it. I keep missing it. I caught the first go around, but he keeps changing his name. Somebody who's trying to be a pain. Okay, so here's the first one. And I have asked everyone just not to make a big deal of it because he will eventually go away and not come back for a while.
That's beautiful.
This is the second one.
Nice.
And these are all fat quarters. So you'll have 12 of these in the Java box. And I'm not an ambassador of the Java box, only the Modern Maker box. So I do my, I get a separate box. It's a Modern Maker box because I'm an ambassador and I make blocks from the fabric and I make pre-recorded videos for it. So these are because I subscribe for this.
I love that.
Me too. And I've been putting them, I've been taking these and on the shelf in there, and I've been stacking them, leaving them like this and putting them up like this. So I have one this wide now, and you can see the whole array of colors I've been collecting. And I'm excited because what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it out here one night in a live and show it all together. And you'll see this rainbow of color.
Well, that's unique.
Yeah, because they're folded like triangles, so you can just like stack them up here like this, where you can just see the side of them, you know. That's because my moderator already caught the person, Jenny, and we blocked them so you can't see them. Way to go, mod, says John. Yep. Sherry and Andy have been on top of it. I caught him the first time, but I thought that I guess he came back. So look at that blue. Isn't that pretty?
Striking.
Then we have this orange and salmon kind of like color.
Well, that would go with the unique one before.
Yeah, it's going to all match all of this. Then you have this greenish turquoise, different color.
I like that.
Me too. Then you have this color. It's like orange and turquoise and green together.
Ooh, that ties them all in.
Yep. And then you have another type of blue. And the name of this one is called The Heat of Summer for August. And then there's this one. And I'll turn it around so you can see a different view of it.
Those are gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do with those?
When I finish building out of my scraps, then I'll be dipping into this, making quilt tops. But lately I've been just using all my scraps up. That's what I'm working on because I'm trying to stretch my stash as far as it'll go. And that was why the gift here, because I was talking about I probably have enough in my stash right now to cover me about 2 years, and then after that I don't know, because of prices are going up and things are going up. Now with these fat quarters, the price of her subscription hasn't really been affected yet, but she mentioned recently, because tariffs are going up and these fabrics come from Indonesia area and Asian areas, this fabric's going up. And I noticed on the boutiques in this box, there was prices for a liter on there. Meter. And when I saw the price, I'm like, oh my God. So Canada's already being affected too a little bit. But yeah.
So Joy T says, hi, Katie. Myra Chatters got home late, took care of Roscoe, so now I can relax. Woo!
And there's nothing better than the smell of a tea.
Does Joy T go by Joy?
As far as I know, everybody calls her Joy T.
Okay.
Colleen says those fabrics are lovely. They are. So between what I got today from Canada and these, I got more for my stash. I'm so excited. And Joy T says, Mara, I love that Afghan. Those colors are my favorite. That Afghan's gorgeous.
Well, thanks, y'all.
I saw that as soon as you were sitting in front of it. Okay, so now you've seen me build Joy T. I made me a new ironing board, portable ironing board. So I made it at the beginning of the live, and then I did a couple of Happy Mail unboxings, which you'll be able to go back and watch those since you missed out on that. Okay, so I want to talk to y'all about the 1,000 block. We were supposed to do that tomorrow, but did Katie get up the next 4 blocks for you guys to vote on? No, I didn't. So here's the plan. I will get the pictures up tonight or tomorrow. And then instead of doing it tomorrow like we normally would, I'm going to push it back a week. So next week, a week from tomorrow on Friday, we will start block number 17 from the 1000 block. Now I am intending, and I mentioned this to you guys. I mentioned to you guys before that there's going to be a couple of lives where it's going to be in the weekday. Hang on, because I want to add a couple of at the end of on the 29th and the 30th of September. So here's the plan. We're not going to wait a minute. Maybe that was block number 15. Wait, I lied. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And I have 15 not up there. Okay, I'm sorry. We did 15 blocks so far. Number 16 is actually tomorrow. Whew. Sorry. So never mind. There isn't a change. Yeah, I know. Make up our mind, right? Hey, Joyce JK. Welcome. All right, here's what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to do block number 16 from the 1000 block book. Remember, that's this book. And we're going to do the star dance, which is on page 320. And then that'll give me a chance to get those 4 new blocks up for y'all to vote on. Because I talked about we're going to add a paper piece into it. Here is Star Dance. This is Star Dance. That's what we're going to do tomorrow. Okay?
That's beautiful.
And, yeah, it'll be lots of fun, and I don't think it's going to be too terribly hard. We're going to have a square and a square as part of the, here, I'm going to show you down here how the block makes up together. So you see you have a square and a square right here in the middle. And then you have that half triangle with the 2 quarter triangles up here. So it's a pretty simple block. I think we'll be fine on it. And
so, John says we had a vote for what the word was when I logged in, asked what it meant. I think I failed. I answered all the above. Pat says that sounds good to me, Katie. Maybe I can get caught up. I've been working on the long arm, finishing up a couple of quilts. Joyce is saying hi to everybody, and now we're all caught up.
Okay. The size of the block should be around a 12.5-inch Joy T. Yeah. So this will be for tomorrow, and then I'll get the other 4 blocks up into a poll on both the community page and on the Facebook group for you to vote on. And remember, we had a discussion on adding one of the blocks in those 4 will have foundation paper piecing in it. And for those who might want to play that doesn't have the book but can download the free PDF for the paper piecing part of it, you're welcome to do that since it's free and you can go and get it. And I'll make sure that the link for downloading the PDF for the paper piecing of the 1 block we'll be voting on will be up where you can find it as well. Okay, so that's for tomorrow. Saturday, I think what I want to work on, I probably will work on either the channel sew along, which is behind me here, or I'll work on the Tulip Pink because I'm kind of behind on that one and I need to get caught up in short order because I need to hurry up and get that quilt top done so I can get it sent to the United States. So did someone ask a question, by the way? Oh, the poll. That's what it was. All right, about the poll. I'm wondering how many would figure this out. Okay, so the question was, what option defines God smacked? And I gave option 1, overwhelmed. Option 2 is astounded. Option 3 is shocked. And option 4 is all of the above. So 15% voted on overwhelmed, 23% voted on astounded, 13% voted on shocked, and 48% voted on all of the above. And the answer is all of the above.
And Brits use that term a lot, but I don't hear it very much here in America.
Well, somebody's in my email today, and you know who you are. She said she was godsmacked. And I'm like, oh, that's a great word to use tonight for the poll.
Is Tula the flyaway CC?
It's the Tula dragon fruit that I'm working on, that monthly sew along from Fat Quarter Shop. And I have all of the fabric now for it because I'm behind. Of course I'm behind. I don't know if that's from Willy Wonka or not, but there's actually a band called Godsmack, and I wondered if someone would bring that up about there being a band called that. For a long time, I thought Godsmack was when you put too much peanut butter on the bread. Denise, actually, there's another word, gobsmacked. There's two of them. There's Godsmacked and gobsmacked. Because I looked it up to make sure there wasn't a confusion between the two.
Oh, I didn't realize the D was a B. There goes my letter turning. I've never heard the G-O-D as in door. I've only heard the G-O-B as in boy.
Yeah, the Godsmack I've heard. And there's also a band called Godsmack. And then you have Gobsmacked. They're two different things, but the meaning's similar.
And Gobstopper, everlasting Gobstopper. That's from Quilt.
Yeah. Okay, let me see if there's anything else I need to mention. I am getting ready to set up my next Tuesday crochet with Andy and Shonda. I'm waiting to hear from Amanda. She hasn't. I reached out to her to see where we were on things, and I haven't heard from her. I'm gonna try one more time, and it may be that we may be doing it without her. And I'm thinking something must be going on for her not to answer emails. We'll see on that part. So it'll either be I'll let you know for sure, but we'll schedule it either for the 16th or the 30th. One of the two. I'm probably going to schedule it for the 16th. That way I can use the 30th for what I had planned to do there. And also our Peace of Mind Mending Pieces will be on the 21st of September, which is on a Sunday with Danny and Myra. And then also, guess who's coming to sew with me on September 27th? And he and I have not got to sew since before the first of the year because he made a move to Las Vegas. Anyone want to guess who that is? Because some of you know who I'm talking about. And I'm excited because he's Mr. Scrappy all the way. And we get on really good with sewing scrappy things together. And yeah, I haven't been able to secure any new people to sew with yet, but I'll be working on that. Raven says, if only I had patience to crochet. Joy T says, have fun. I don't crochet. Okay. Nope, not Dave. He's been he moved to Las Vegas because of his job. Yes, Joyce said Eric. Michelle said Eric. Yep, Eric of Treasure Heart Creations. He will be sewing with me. And then I think I'm going to be setting up a live with someone that'll be in October because she's booked up too far in September for us to squeeze in something. So we're going to be doing something, and I'll let you know who that is. Yeah, Tiffany's best friend. That's right. Mr. Tall Person. Okay, honey. Do you want to say anything before I close this up? Honey, you want to come say anything?
Bye-bye.
Yeah, because I'm getting ready to end the live.
All right. Oh.
I need to sew with Sherry too. Sherry, we need to get together. Go ahead, babe.
Well, what do you want me to say? Well,
Just whatever you want to say.
no. Well, hi, Georgie. Bob. I've been in and out here just giving her, well, making the soup at the same time. So,
And we got soup to eat. Yummy.
giving her a hand
His
with
soup.
that, her new board. But I'll see you soon in next live. But I'll be behind so far. Not ready to go public yet.
Yeah, he's still taking a break. He's, what do you call it? Decompressing. So that's why you haven't seen him on the live yet. It'll probably be another week or so. And Joy T says, Nico looks great. C agrees with you. So anyway, thank you everyone for coming to the live tonight. Thank you, Sissy, for coming on. Do you want to join me tomorrow night or are you busy?
What is tomorrow?
Friday.
Yes, my grandson is at an away game, so I certainly can join you tomorrow.
Okay, I'll send you the link for that too for tomorrow. And if anyone
Same-
else wants to join me, you know, come on.
Same 3:30?
3:30 your time, yeah. 4:30
Yes,
Eastern
okay,
Standard.
sure, no worries.
Yep.
Soup's done too.
Soup's done too? Okay, good. And Denise says Giorgio Armani has died, age 91. I don't even know who that is.
He's a famous,
That's a fashion designer.
Oh, okay.
Armani,
Rich
also
people,
a-
I'm assuming.
perfume person.
Yep. Don't know who that is.
Well, 91 is a nice age. My mom's
I was gonna say,
91.
yeah, I mean, my maternal grandfather lived to be 94, and my maternal grandmother was 92 or something like that. So that's a good age. Anyway, thank you, everyone. Have a great night. Remember to live, laugh, love, and dream. And what do you do with all of that? You make something beautiful from it. See you guys on Friday night. Good night, everyone.
Everybody,
Bye.
have a safe day.
Yep.
Bye-bye. Bye, sis. Love you bunches.
I love you too, sweetie. And I'll see you tomorrow night.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Yep. Same here.